The F-22 Raptor is widely considered the greatest air superiority fighter ever built. It is the king of the sky. But in 1990, the Raptor had a rival. This rival was faster. It was stealthier. It had a longer range. And it looked like a spaceship from 50 years in the future. It was called the YF-23 Black Widow. On paper, it was the superior machine. But the Air Force chose the Raptor instead. Why? Welcome to Shadow Works. Today we open File 6, investigating the lost legends of aviation. We start with the plane that should have won, and the corporate politics that killed it. The year is 1986. The Cold War is hot. The Air Force needs a replacement for the F-15. They launch the ATF, Advanced Tactical Fighter Competition. Two teams enter the ring. Team 1. Lockheed Martin, the makers of the F-117 and SR-71. They build the YF-22. Team 2. Northrop, the makers of the B-2 Spirit. They build the YF-23. Lockheed designed a dogfighter. They gave the YF-22 thrust vectoring nozzles that moved to help the plane turn tight. Northrop designed a sniper. They ditched the heavy thrust vectoring. Instead, they built the YF-23 with massive diamond wings and buried the engines deep in the fuselage to mask the heat. The result? The YF-23 was faster and harder to see on radar. It was a pure stealth assassin. During the flight tests, the difference was clear. The Lockheed YF-22 was agile. It could do loops and cobras. It was flashy. The generals loved it because it looked like a Top Gun movie, but the Northrop YF-23 was subtle. It could supercruise, fly supersonic without afterburners, faster and longer than the Lockheed plane. And its thermal stealth was light years ahead. Northrop used special troughs lined with heat-ablating tiles to hide the engine exhaust from below. If you were a Soviet missile looking for heat, the YF-23 didn't exist. So, if the YF-23 was faster and stealthier, why are we flying the F-22 today? The answer isn't engineering. It's trust. At the time, Northrop was in trouble. They were over budget on the B-2 bomber project, and the Air Force was angry with them. They were seen as risky. Lockheed, on the other hand, was the safe bet. They promised a plane that was good enough and on budget. The Air Force decided they didn't need the best stealth plane. They needed the plane they believed would actually get built. So on April 23, 1991, they declared Lockheed the winner. Only 2 Black Widows were ever built. They sit in museums today, collecting dust. But look closely at the concept art for the Air Force's new NGAD fighter. No tail, diamond wings, engines buried in the hull. It looks exactly like the YF-23. Northrop lost the battle in 1991, but 30 years later, their design philosophy has won the war. The Black Widow didn't die. It was just ahead of its time. The YF-23 was a ghost that never went to war. But there is a plane flying today that has seen more combat than any other and has never been shot down. Not even once. Join us next time as we investigate the F-15 Eagle. Click here to subscribe so you don't miss the 104-0 record.